could be the Prime Minister of my country, or the Chief Minister of my state, or the leader in my locality. How do these people come into power? Through elections. In this lesson, we are going to learn about the importance of elections and how do elections take place in our country. We have divided the lesson into 3 parts: why elections, how elections take place, and who controls the entire election process. So let's get started with part 1, why elections. India is a democratic country. In a democracy, it is the people who decide who would rule the country. Do you think it is possible that all the citizens of the country come and sit together and take small and big decisions on daily basis? Let us take this example. Let us say that all the students in your class feel that the math teacher is not at all regular to the class, he doesn't teach properly, and therefore everybody wants to raise a complaint against the math teacher to the principal. Now, one option could be that all the 60 students of the class go to the principal's office together, speak to the principal together. So do you think that will help? At least the principal won't understand anything that all the 60 students are telling. So one good option could be that all the 60 students choose one representative from their class, maybe the class monitor. And this guy can now directly go to the principal and on behalf of the entire class can easily communicate and nicely tell him the problem and get it sorted. So in very similar way, the citizens of the country also elect their representatives who on their behalf rule the country. To rule a country, there are leaders at different levels. To rule the country, states within the country, the panchayats, wards and constituencies within the states. Now, it is very important that these representatives are liked by the people. Therefore, any person just on the basis of their age, qualification, caste or wealth cannot be put the one in power. Elections give people choices. Let us look at this example. You remember we were talking about the class monitor in your class. Now let's say that these 3 children, Anita, Amit and Rohit, nominate themselves to be the class monitor, and all of these 3 children have very different qualities. Anita is quite hardworking and intelligent, and she promises that she will help her peers with their academics and improve the overall performance of the class. Amit, on the other hand, is a fellow with very good relationships with the students as well as teachers and even the school management. And he promises the class that he would help them get rid of the annoying math teacher. Whereas Rohit is a very silent fellow and kind of introvert, and he doesn't really believe in making promises. Now, it is up to the 60 students of the class to decide what kind of qualities are they looking for in their class monitor, and accordingly they can elect the representative. Elections make it possible that the ruling party is always under the pressure to perform, to serve the people, to serve the nation. For example, the ruling party always knows that if I perform well, we will be again elected. But if we do not, we will be replaced by another party in the next election. Let us take a few examples. If we look at the Haryana Assembly election of 1987, we see that Congress was the ruling party then. And Chaudhry Devilal from a local party named Lok Dal came up with a promise that he would waive all the loans of the farmers and the small businessmen in the state. This strongly attracted a lot of people, and in the 1987 elections, Lok Dal won and Chaudhry Devilal became the Chief Minister of Haryana. But that was not the end to it. After 4 years, when elections happened again, Chaudhry Devilal's party did not win. So this shows that no party is permanent, it is all dependent on performance. If we look at another example which happened in 2013 in Delhi Assembly elections, we see that Congress was the ruling party. In fact, Congress was the ruling party from 1998 to 2013, a very long period of time. But even then, in 2013, when Arvind Kejriwal from Aam Aadmi Party came up with a promise to the public that he would make India free of corruption, that again hugely attracted audience, and Congress was moved out of the ruling party and AAP won the elections. We talk about democracy, people power, we say that India is a democratic country. Are we sure that our elections are democratic? Let us take a quick look at the criteria that makes an election democratic. First of all, everyone who has right to vote should have one vote and every vote should have equal value. There should be options for people to choose from. If all the parties or all the candidates are just the same, people are not left with choices. Elections must happen at regular intervals of time so that the ruling party knows that if they do not perform well or if they do not meet people's expectation, they might be thrown out in the next election. People's choice, that is the candidate chosen by the people, must win. Last but not the least, free and fair conduction of elections. Voters should not be pressurized, they should not be threatened, or they should not be bribed to vote. Is it good to have political competition? Of course, yes. Ideally, the main objective of any political leader or political party should be to serve the people, to serve the nation. But in reality, that is not the case for most of the leaders. For them, their main objective is growth in their political career. Now, presence of competition, political competition, pressurize them to perform well. Let us look at this example. Let us suppose that there is this Hotel 1 in a locality which is a nice decent hotel, serves nice food, and a lot of people come to that hotel and the hotel makes good business. Now, over a period of time, if the quality of food in the hotel deteriorates, what happens? Now, if there are no other hotels in that locality, people would still come to Hotel 1 and Hotel 1 would be making good business. But if there are other hotels like Hotel 2, 3 and 4 in the locality, people would stop coming to Hotel 1 and will start exploring other hotels. So that means presence of other hotels in the same locality puts a pressure on Hotel 1 to maintain its quality. In a similar way, presence of political competition pressurizes the ruling parties to perform well, to serve the people and to serve the nation. I hope this video would have given you a clear idea about why elections happen, why elections are important. So in the next video, that is part 2, we will talk about how exactly the entire process of election takes place. So see you all with part 2.